Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ingrid and this is Ingrid Reads a Lot. I am again back. I just wanted to sort of scrap all of last year. I had a horrible reading year. I did think about sort of filming a video of like my favorites of last year just to kind of close out the year appropriately, but for this video, as you can probably see in the title, I wanted to do a unhaul. So basically for this year, one of my goals is to read down my physical TBR, but to also get rid of books that don't bring me any joy. I'm gonna Marie Kondo this bitch. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I moved my shelves from the room that I used to be in to another room, and I was looking through everything and I wanted to get rid of some stuff that just doesn't bring me any joy. A lot of books that I have already read, but I don't think I need to keep on my shelves because this is the space that I have, and I just want to get some new things that I'm more interested in, and I just want to have books that I absolutely loved on the shelves. And so I'm going to get rid of a chunk, I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to bring them to the used bookstore and then get credit for other books that I would like to buy. Alright, let's get started. I am going to unhaul Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. I didn't love this. I didn't hate it either. I just don't need it in my collection. This is a like time travel novel, sci-fi. I do want to read the other novel by this author, Station 11, but this one, it just didn't work for me. I found that I'm not a person that really loves time travel to begin with, and then another one is a supernatural novel. This is called Soulless by Gail Kerrigan. I already read this. Also, I remember that the main character has no soul in this paranormal world, and it's almost like she's a null for other supernatural characters, so I believe that when she touches them, it like negates their power, if I'm not mistaken. Joshana can probably correct me on that one because she loves the series, and it's called The Parasol Protectorate, the whole series. And I read this first book and I didn't think it was amazing, and so I'm definitely not going to finish. I think this is a really long series and I only have this first one, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Although I do love the cover, I love the color scheme of this, but that is not reason to keep something in your shop. Next up, let me do these two together. Where are they? This is book 1 and 2 of A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I read books 1 and 2 and I don't think I've ever finished the series, and then I saw some people that had finished the series and didn't like book 3. So at the time that I read these two, I just figured I wasn't going to read anymore, and so why keep them in my shelves, if that makes sense? Of course it makes sense. To me, it's my unhaul. And I actually did enjoy the first book a lot. A Curse So Dark and Lonely. It's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. The vibes are all there, but I just didn't like the second book so much, and I never read the third one, and this was years ago, so I'm definitely not going to buy the third one or read it. I do want to keep going in this series of Bridget Kemmerer's Defy the Night. I really enjoyed this first book, but I don't have the rest of it. So hopefully that will be something I can find in a bookstore, because I do quite enjoy that one. And then another series is Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I read the whole series and I enjoyed it and I loved it. I just only have this novel of the horse series. I think the first and last book I read on Kindle. Is this the second one? You guys that know the series better will tell me. I do like this series, so maybe I was thinking like, actually, should I keep this? If anything, I will buy the entire series together and then just read it that way, or just keep it in my shelves that way, but I am going to get rid of that one because it's only one and I've never read it again. The next two, I already have a copy of the entire series in paperback, and I figured I don't need 2 hardbacks of a series that I'm not going to complete in hardbacks because I don't think they sell these copies anymore, and that is Kingdom of Ash and Tower of Dawn by Sarah J Maas. And this is like the old covers. The new covers are not better, but I figured even if I get like a copy of the hardcover series, I will probably change the covers and get like a special edition cover. Like, I don't know if you can see up there, like the Court of Thorns and Roses series. I have like I have a whole hardback series. I bought it and then I changed the covers. So I'm thinking I would do the same thing for this one. So I'm gonna unhaul these. Next up is The Final Strife by Sarah El Arifi. I have the UK edition of this and I love it so much more. I just love the red and the touches in here. I don't know. I got this, I don't even remember where I got it, but I love this. Look at this. Look at that beautiful cover. Yeah, I just like this edition so much better, so I'm gonna give this one to someone that potentially wants to read the series. I actually didn't go on in that series, but I do want to, so I'm gonna keep that. Oh, this one has like a map. Yeah, the other edition's so much better. Anyway, this one is another one I'm gonna get rid of, although I do have another copy. And then same thing with A Court of Thorns and Roses. I bought this paperback version to read with the read along that we're doing, but I have a copy. Like, I don't need 50,000 copies of the same book. I actually have, you can't see it from here, but I have another copy of A Court of Thorns and Roses, just the first book, but it's like a special edition. It's that black cover. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't need 3 copies of the same book. I really don't. And I don't have a lot of space in my shelves. And then next up we have, this one is one I didn't read. It's Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This is a YA series, I believe. It's like a sci-fi series. And I'm just not going to read it. I know myself. I think I've gotten past the point of like reading these older YA series. It's just sitting here and I know I'm not going to read it. So I'd much rather give it to the bookstore and hopefully someone that wants to read it can pick it up. Same sentiment is for the Witcher series, like this one. I bought this a very long time ago when I started watching YouTube, or BookTube, I should say. It really appealed to me. I read the first and a second novel, which is the collection of short stories, and I just did not want to keep going. Like, I just had no interest in going on with the series. So, and there are so many fantasy series I want to get to, and I know this is not it, so I'm gonna unhaul these. I know. I feel bad for people that love that series, but it's just not me. Alright, and then I have a bunch of graphic novels slash comic books. I don't know what you would call these, but I went through like a comic book phase. I just kind of, the only one that I still want to read, which I'm not unhauling, is Monstrous, which I've already read the first and second one, but I mean, I want to read the entire series. But these are it, the Saga series. I actually quite enjoyed these when I read them, but I have volumes 1 through 4 and I just never kept going. And I know that some people that are obsessed with these love to have them, would love to have them, and I'm just gonna unhaul them. And then next up I have a couple copies of Rat Queens, which I also really enjoyed. I have volumes 1 and 2. That's going. And then this one, I think I only have the one, which is Deadly Class. Again, I'm not gonna reread this and taking up space. This one, I don't even know if they're gonna want. It's The Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill. I think I go, oh, this is cute. Okay, I'm gonna keep the stickers. I got this in a book box in some point. Oh, from Owl Crate when I used to get it, and it came with the box. I actually don't know if they're gonna want to take this, but I will try. But I read it once, and yeah, that's that. And then I have 2 more. These I think are sort of more YA, or maybe not. Is Mooncakes, which I read and enjoyed and thought was really cute, and The Dire Days of Willowweep Manor. I love the illustration on these, but again, not gonna ever reread. I don't want to. And so for now, those are the books that I am going to unhaul and see. I'm gonna bring them to the bookstore today and see how much credit I can get for them. And I will show you guys what I got out of returning these, or trading them in. But there are still a lot of books on my shelves that I want to unhaul. So I'm trying to be diligent in the sense of like, I want to make space for new books and books that I love, but also not give in to that impulse that I have to just get rid of everything. Like, we joke around in the house because my husband's always making fun of me that I throw a lot of things away, and I do. When I feel like things are getting clustered and in things that I don't want, I just get rid of it. And I'm saying throw it away. Obviously, if it's things that can be donated, I donate them. But anyway, I have rambled on for quite enough. I will try to get some. Anyway, I'll show you around the bookstore when I'm there, and after I'll show you guys the books that I got. Alright, I'm back. So I went to the bookstore, I took all those books that you guys saw, and I got a total of $46 and some cents for credit. The way that this bookstore works near my house is that you can either take the $46 credit or you can take that cash, but it's only half of the amount. So if I took it cash, I would only get like 20 something dollars, which is still okay. But I feel like the $46 credit makes way more sense because I'm just gonna get more books. This time around, I was only able to get 2 books, or I only found 2 books that I wanted. I did go there last week and I used up credit that I had from unhauling in the past. So I got some other books last week. So I figured I would just show you guys all of those books all together so that we can start the year fresh and no need to haul any more books. But first, my hair. First up today, I got Animal by Lisa Taddeo. I read the synopsis of this and it says it's about female rage, and I'm down for that. I just love reading that kind of stuff. I also love this author. I've read Three Women. Where is it? Right here. I've read Three Women by this author, and I thought she did an outstanding job in that book. And this one sounds a little bit more up my alley. It sounds like it's something happens to this woman and she flees the city to find someone that can help her deal with this act of violence that was done to her. And it sounds like it'll be like a revenge plot type thing, and I'm down for that. And it's called Animal by Lisa Taddeo. Honestly, I love my used bookstore. I know that's not part of what I'm saying, but they have they have brand new books if you want them, but I think this one is a used copy and it looks great, and it was only $7.93. I think that's a steal. Okay, there's that one. And then this one I think is a brand new book because it has a sticker that you can get half your money back if you return it within 60 days. This one is one I've been hearing a lot about and I'm curious about it. It's called Immortal Dark by Teges Garma. If I'm butchering that, I'm sorry. Yeah, it says new. So this one was $12.99. But I'm curious to read this one because one, I think it has to do with vampires, and I'm a sucker for vampire stories. But two, I watched somewhere or read somewhere that the author actually wanted this book to be published adult, but her publisher wanted it to be YA. I don't know if they thought it was going to sell better, whatever the reason, but that's one of the complaints that I've seen a lot of people make about this book, is that it doesn't feel YA, and it's definitely under YA. I don't like the glare, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm curious to see what this book is going to be about. We're gonna get to the books that I got last time I was at the bookstore, which was last week. So I picked up, this is a used copy of When Among Crows by Veronica Roth, and this was one of my anticipated reads from last year, so I saw this there. It looked great. Sounds like Dimitri is the main character in the story, and it says that he has to ally with people that he normally wouldn't have to find the legendary Baba Yaga. It says together they must fight against time and the wrath of the Chicago underworld. But I have seen some positive reviews of this, and it's tiny, so I will probably eat this up super quick. And Veronica Roth wrote the Divergent series, obviously. If you didn't know that, now you do. And I love those when I read them years and years ago, and I haven't read anything else by this author, so I figured that one sounds like something I would enjoy. And then I picked up this one everyone and their mother has been talking about, and it's The Will of the Many by James Islington. I don't know much about this fantasy book. I just know that a lot of people that I love watching have loved this book, and I know it's a fantasy, adult fantasy, and that it has a lot of political machinations, and I think I'm gonna like it because I usually don't stray far from the pack. I'm not the type of person that if everyone loves a book, I end up not liking it. I'm pretty much with everyone. So I figure I'm gonna like this, so I picked it up. And then another one that my friend Deshauna was hyping last year, which I don't think this is a new release, definitely not. It's The Blade Itself by Joel Abercrombie. This is another fantasy book. I have been seeing this kind of float around, lots of people reading it and loving it. This year I've been sort of in a fantasy kick, I've been wanting to read fantasy. I figured I'd start a new one. Okay, the last one is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, and this one is set in the past, I think 1970, and it's set in a summer camp, and it sounds like one of the kids goes missing, and I don't know if it goes dual timeline or anything, but 1975, I'm sorry, I said 1970. Anyway, it sounds like something I would enjoy, and again, lots of people that I like watching on BookTube rave about this one, so I figured I'd pick it up and see if I enjoy it also. That's it for this video. So a quick little unhaul/haul, because I figured I would show you all the books that I got and show you the books that I have unhauled. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.